Will the investigation into ZUBEEN GARG death case hit Pandora's box? Is there a can of worms somewhere waiting to burst open? Is there something which more than meets the public eye? Conspiracy theories and opinions abound by the minute into case. Public anticipation into Assam and region in late idol's death case. What are the key challenges which have emerged into the case? Will the ocean of admirers of the late icon get closure? Clarion calls of justice for Assam heartthrob rent the air. Public in Assam and the region await justice into ZUBEEN death case. However hard-hitting these may emerge and surface, but then again, was late idol and celebrated artist ZUBEEN GARG relegated to a mere money-minting machine? Amid a slew of allegations surrounding the late cultural icon's manager Siddharth Sharma trying to misuse the late legend suited to serve his own interests, pertinent questions which surface as to whether or not the late icon's untimely demise at Singapore was a cruel twist of destiny and fate, or as to whether the legendary artist and cultural connoisseur's untimely demise reek of foul play, with the Assam heartthrob being pushed into the jaws of death, which came too soon given his chronological age. Furthermore, even as opinions emerge into the high-profile case and matter, was the heartbeat of Assam, and rather the missing heartbeat of the region, otherwise dubbed as a people's artist, given his proximity with scores of people from all walks of life, along with an ocean and sea of admirers and fans, traded off with the vicious circle of corporate culture by people around him whom the late legend considered to be his well-wishers otherwise. In sensational details which have emerged, is there something more than what meets the public eye into the high-profile case and matter? In the latest which has poured into the case and matter, in which are exclusive copies of mail details procured by your channel NENEWS, the Singapore police force cited that it has taken due note of the case and matter at hand after having received the communication for follow-up into the case, the investigation outcome of which will, however, remain confidential. The law enforcement in Assam had sought intervention of the Singapore police into the suspicious death of ZUBEEN GARG in the sea under mysterious circumstances. Even as the SIT in Assam further formed to probe the matter, puts one foot with the other and pieces one jigsaw puzzle like piece with that of the other into the thickening plot surrounding the circumstances leading to the untimely demise of the celebrated icon, the Singapore police force is exercising confidentiality into the independent probe which entails the matter and case. Singapore police had on September 19th, last month itself, had launched the probe into the matter. Furthermore, the Singapore police, in coordination with the Indian consulate, ensured that the body of the late icon, who during his lifetime and later as well was revered and adored by millions, riches his motherland. Subsequently, in a recap of the sequence of events and developments witnessed into the matter, thus far, post-mortem reports have been sent to the Indian consulate and the late idol's wife, Garima Saikia Garg. In latest information procured by your channel NENEWS, the SIT further formed to probe the case in Assam has not initiated the probe in Singapore, with little being learned of further developments at hand. The editorial and newsroom at NENEWS, by virtue of its sources, believes that the investigation technically remains unfulfilled due to the probe team not launching investigations into the place of occurrence of the case. Furthermore, the editorial at NENEWS understands, as per sources, that individuals present at the yacht party during the occurrence of the events which followed, if not rounded up and put into the probe radar, will not be conducive to the investigation process which ensues. Even as Rup Kamal Kalita is in Assam summoned by the CID into the case, the other individuals who are there remain 7 others individuals present during the yacht party who are potential into the investigations haven't arrived in Assam. Also, amid leads still being traced, a day prior to the ill-fated day of September 19th, leading to the untimely demise of the revered icon, the substances alleged to have been consumed by the late idol along with those present at the yacht hasn't been examined yet. Needless to say that the ocean of admirers who revere the idol and are disillusioned into his sudden passing await answers amid clarion calls of justice being raised across the region and nation. News Desk Report, NENEWS.